Happy Friday, everybody. I hope everybody had a great week, finishing out the week on a strong note. This video is kind of like a part two to my previous video on Wednesday. Excuse me. And it kind of involves the freight industry's reaction to the Trump win. Okay. So obviously, as we all know, Donald Trump is headed back to the White House, and social and traditional media sources are churning with a ton of perspectives, from soaring stocks to tariff talk. And we'll discuss what some industry leaders are saying and what it could mean for U.S. freight. Okay. Before I get into that, don't forget to check out my recommended tools and services in the description down below. I've bragged them up in previous videos. If you need any more information on any of them, by all means, feel free to email me, freightmasterresources@gmail.com. If you have anything that you would like to share that you want me to talk about on a future video, by all means, or if you just want to shoot me an email and say hi, right? So I'm a pretty friendly person most of the time, as long as I have my coffee, right? So, okay. So all of that being said, in a recent poll, was asked, are you bullish on the freight market now that Trump won? Overwhelmingly, 54% said yes, he's going to make freight great again. 31% came in, no, it's going to stay the same, with only 14% predicting that it'll only get worse. Okay. So stock prices. Freight stocks are basically on a tear. Freight stocks took off Wednesday, with key names in the trucking seeing big bumps on Wednesday as investors placed their bets on a Trump economy. So as kind of a quick look at the top five there, XPO up 14.24%, Universal Logistics at 19.5%, ArcBest at 11.54%, Hub Group up 10.41%, and TFI up 9.55%. The Dow Jones Transportation Average also jumped 5.4%, driven by expectations for lower corporate costs and relaxed regulations under Trump. If similar tax cuts and economic policies return, the freight market could see sustained momentum in this cycle as well. Okay. Craig Fuller boasted that financial circles aligned with his market perspectives over those of Jason Miller, his unofficial freight rival, right? Fuller posted that transports are up 10%. So we'll see. So moving on to trucking policies, looks like there may be a regulatory reset. Trump's influence over trucking policy will be big. Expect a looser take on everything from emissions to speed limiters. Okay. And the top four in that is emission standards. A potential reset to focus on what's technologically feasible for diesel engines. Speed limiters. The current proposed rule could be delayed or scrapped, much to the relief of many owner-operators. Okay. Independent contractors. Trump may bring back a friendlier definition of contractor. Okay. A move owner-operators overwhelmingly support. And freight tech. Freight technology advocates are watching closely. Trump's light on regulatory stance and on automation and tech could spur rapid advancements in logistics and autonomous trucking, though it might also intensify labor concerns. Right? If you remember back to, even the port strike, right? One of the things that they were fighting against was automation. Okay. As far as global trade, Trump's campaign vowed to slam 60% tariffs on Chinese imports is already sparking conversation. Supply Chain Brain spoke with experts on the potential impact. Um, Higher import costs was one. Retailers and manufacturers may see price spikes as tariffs climb, and domestic demand. Shifting production stateside could mean more miles and higher demand for U.S. trucking. Now, my humble opinion on that, just as a quick little side note, is that it is my humble belief that tariffs, while not a permanent solution to things, if it drives manufacturing back to the U.S. where it has needed to be, we've been long since become a consumer country. We don't really make anything anymore. Country, again, in my humble opinion and historical data, we were kind of at our strongest when we were a manufacturing powerhouse. When we shipped a lot of our jobs overseas for cheaper labor costs, production, looser regulations, that kind of thing. A lot of countries, especially China, does not have the same rules and regulations that we have here in the U.S. So if you designed I don't know, some new updated widget, let's just say, and you sent it over to China to be made after, I believe it's like 3 or 5 years, they basically can steal your design, right? They don't care, and they'll come out with their own, and they'll call it, I don't know, whatever, and then you're basically fighting against, you're out of business essentially, right? There's been a lot of talk about, why are we buying all of the electronic parts, circuit boards and things like that for our power grids and all of these kinds of things. I would like to see all of that designed and manufactured here in the U.S. And keep it here. There's no reason why we should be offering them our technology, especially with them being a communist country. I don't believe in it. I think that's stuff that we should keep here. All right, enough of my opinion. But Sebastian Bruteau from QIMA, a consumer product quality control company, warns that higher tariffs could make consumer goods less affordable and may disrupt global supply claims. Sort of like as I just mentioned a moment ago, yes, I do believe that there will be a disruption, but it won't be long term, right? We've got to see the forest through the trees, and so I think for ourselves and our children and our children's children, this all means good things when we start to bring those jobs back, right? Eventually, everything will kind of come back around and make things better. Flexport CEO Ryan Peterson tapped his network for takes on Trump's impact on global trade. Some foresee a positive shift, suggesting that tariffs may largely be used as negotiation tools, paving the way for stronger U.S. manufacturing, right? Others, however, caution that widespread tariffs could lead to a drop in GDP, rising inflation, and significant labor shortages. Again, I believe that will all be short term. I think that the long-term good versus the short-term bad, right? It outweighs the other. Key players, ATA, U.S. Chamber, and more are reacting across the board. Key groups are backing Trump's return. The ATA, or the American Trucking Association, Trump's second term, says ATA's Chris Spear offers a historical opportunity to enact trucking-friendly policies like rethinking emission standards. U.S. Chamber of Commerce CEO Susan Clark is on board, calling Trump's agenda an opportunity to create economic growth. She highlighted support for tax cuts, regulatory relief, and a full-scale energy independence push, right? Look more on what I sort of, again, mentioned a moment ago. National Association for Manufacturers, or TAM, Jay Timmons, CEO of NAM, echoed the enthusiasm, emphasizing the potential for a more flexible regulatory environment. Quoted as saying, we believe that we can build on past successes to roll back burdensome regulations and unleash American energy security, right? So overall, the support from stakeholders is clear. The main sentiment is that Trump's presidency will put the freight market in a better position, finally lifting us out of this prolonged recession, right? Again, as always, I love your feedback. I love reading the comments, especially like on the last video that I did on Wednesday. There was some of you that commented, and I love reading that, even if it's just a hell yeah, or if you want to go more in depth with your comment, like I said, I love reading everybody's reaction and comments, and whether you agree with me, disagree with me, I don't care. Like I said, I think that differing opinions and educating each other all helps to help us grow and be more successful, right? Regardless of where we're at in life or anything. So that being said, I hope everybody is having a fantastic Friday. I know I am. So again, email me if you'd like, and if you have anything to share, you just want to say hi, if you have an idea for a future video that you would like me to discuss, I'll be more than happy to reply. I do keep that email monitored pretty regularly throughout the day. So have a good weekend. As always, be kind to one another, and we'll see you back here Monday. All right. Bye-bye now.